Hello, welcome to the Dally Diaries. Kristel here, and today we are playing with one of the very hyped eyeshadow palettes of the last year or so, and that is the Serenity Palette from Cosmic Brushes, which is a UK indie brand. Now, this baby took over the internet, took it by storm, and I didn't actually pick it up initially because I picked up another Cosmic Brushes palette, which was the Royal Rose palette, which was more to my taste at that time. Now, the reason I have this one in my hands is because I went to purchase the Muse palette, which is the newest Cosmic Brushes palette, literally set my alarm for 3 a.m. because obviously with the time zone difference, that is what time it was being released in Australia. And woke myself up, got on there, put it in my basket, and then by the time I went to pay for it, it had gone out of my basket, which was very annoying, very annoying. So instead I was like, okay, well, while they've got the Serenity palette in, I'm gonna pick it up and we're gonna see if it's everything that everyone says it is. So if you wanna see me create a look with this palette, then don't go anywhere. I'll also chuck some swatches up for you a little later on so you can see how it looks. And I do have the Royal Rose palette in front of me as well, so I will be able to show that to you as a comparison. So let's dive straight on in to this look. Oh, if you haven't been here before, welcome, by the way. It's very remiss of me not to say that initially. It's great to have you here. Please feel free to subscribe so that you can pop back. That's enough internet stuff. Let's do this. Okay, so I've just zoomed you in a little bit. And as it stands, I have not swatched a single eyeshadow in this palette. So we are going in completely without an idea of how this formula goes. Although if it's like the Royal Rose palette, then I'm sure it will be great. So I think initially we are gonna take the green shade here called Spring and a fluffy Refa brush. So it's a real pastel-y mint green. I know I definitely want to use some of the dark blues in the palette. I mean, why the heck would you get this palette and not use the dark blues? That would be ludicrous. Bringing that one up about yay far. So far, so good. It's actually pretty cool. I don't really wear pastels, generally speaking, but that one's cool. All right. It's a toss-up what I want to use next between these three shades. I think I really should have come up with a plan. All right, I think I'm going to take that one, which is called Awake, just on a Sephora packing brush. Pretty. So I'm just packing that on. By the way, it is Endometriosis Awareness Month. So if you haven't been here before and you don't know, I have stage 4 endo and I've been battling with it for at least 10 years now. And I am an official ambassador for Endometriosis Australia as well. So it's very important to me to spread awareness of this crappy disease. So if you're someone who is newly diagnosed, or maybe you're trying to get a diagnosis, Endometriosis Australia is a great webpage to check out, and there are heaps of support groups as well on Facebook that you can join that definitely help when you're feeling alone, like nobody gets it. Just buffing that out now. My endo has really kicked up a notch lately. Obviously knows it's Endo Awareness Month. Just in case I forgot about it. All right, so we're basically living a pastel dream right now. Honestly, not colors I would normally use, but branching out. Now for the outer, I think I'm gonna take, some of these shades are so mesmerizing. I think I'm going to use the shade Forest or River. Actually, I might take River. And again, just using a packing brush. Oh, how pretty. That's really pretty. I'm happy with that decision. Yes, so for me, my endo means I have pain every single day. Every day. It's just what level and which part of my body. So I get chronic migraines. I get them for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. And then I might have a week off where I just have pelvic pain and nausea, and then I'll go back to the migraines again. So I do have a lot of nausea, and a lot of pelvic pain, and a lot of fatigue. I'm just buggered all the time, just buggered. So, like, I went to the Fringe yesterday with some friends, and I am exhausted today. Exhausted. It wasn't even a big thing. So if you have someone in your life with endo and they're tired, cut them some slack, guys. Because basically our bodies are constantly trying to fight the inflammation, and it's a losing battle because it's there. Like, you can't get rid of the inflammation from endo without, I mean, you can reduce it with certain things, but yeah, so your body it releases, I think it's cytokines it releases, and that is something that makes you feel very tired all the time. But I love the hit of happiness that I get from beautiful colors and beautiful makeup. When I'm struggling with stuff, it's just a pleasure to see beautiful, bright color. All right, now I have wiped away a fair bit of that lighter color Awake that we used before. So I'm just gonna pop that back in here in the middle. All the colors are blending without any trouble. They're all working really lovely, really well. No dramas so far. I still adore my Royal Rose palette, but I think that one's been discontinued. But that's because, as a rule, I'm someone who prefers like warmer tones and pinks and rosy colors to blues and greens. Like, I think the blues and greens are beautiful, but I don't think they always look that good on me and my coloring. But I'm trying to be brave. Now I want a little bit more of that darker shade again, the river color that we were using. Just in here. Yeah, good. So I am currently trying some new medication that is CBD, THC, medically prescribed. But another thing about endo is, like, they worked out the average cost that a person with endo spends each year, and it was something like $30,000 to $40,000, and that's on everything, like medication, specialist appointments, treatments, like pelvic physio, everything that you need to just try and function at some kind of level. So for instance, the medication that I've just got, is from a website called Pollen, which is an Australian website with doctors that prescribe CBD based medications. And if I had got everything that was prescribed for me as a treatment, it would have cost me $1,400. Now, I only currently work part-time, so I only make $1,000 a fortnight. So, I mean, that's just like, right? So it's tricky. Yeah, it's definitely tricky to try and afford what I need to be well. Or not even well, just to function, really. And I know so many people are in that boat, and I'm very lucky that I have part-time work that I manage to get done, because some people with endo can't even do that. And so it's really, yeah, it's a tricky situation. But finally, there is starting to be some research done into it, which is what we've been missing for years. And let's face it, if endometriosis had affected men, we would have had a cure years ago. But being a woman means that people don't take our pain seriously. Unfortunately, we're seen as being hysterical when actually we're pretty tough. So if we're saying that something is very painful, then it probably is. All right, so I'm enjoying how that's looking so far. I think I want to, what do I want to do first? I might take one of these really pretty shades here. One of these three, what's it gonna be? I mean, the green would be cool, but I do a lot of green, don't I? So I might do the blue shade called Twilight for now. And, oh, I forgot to put a primer on, but that's fine. What I will do is just wet my finger and apply it, I think, with my finger. But yeah, this video isn't supposed to be a me whinging about endometriosis video. It's more just spreading awareness, and you know, if you think that there's something wrong with you in your body, then you know best, and definitely get help. So go see a doctor and get a referral to a gynecologist if you think that you could potentially have something going on that's not normal. So if you're in severe pain, if you have ridiculously heavy bleeding, which I had for many years, like crazy heavy bleeding, I would put a pad on and put a tampon in, and then 20 minutes later I would have flooded through everything. So that can be a symbol as well of endo. And I'm always here if you need to ask any questions. I'll, to the best of my ability, answer them for you. That's a very pretty blue. Very pretty. I think it's very important that we all support each other. And I think it's really important that we talk about periods, and I think boys need to talk about periods just as much as women do. They need to know what's going on. Gone are the days of guys being able to bury their heads in the sand. All right, that's very, very pretty. All right, now we're gonna use a couple of the shifty-ish shades, I think, because why wouldn't you with this palette? I'm gonna dive into the shade Ether, which is this, look at that, it's beautiful. Bluey, purpley shiftiness going on there. Once again, just taking a wet finger. So many things you can do with a wet finger, you know? Yep. Oh wow, this is a beautiful color. All right, I get it. I really get it. Maybe one day I'll even be able to get my hands on the Muse palette. I believe it is being restocked again, because it's been restocked and sold out again. So I would certainly like to do that and be able to compare the two palettes, because I know they do have some similar color story going on, but they might just be like perfect companion palettes. That is so pretty, guys. That is really, really pretty. Believe the hype. I think one of the best things about this palette is like how reasonably priced it is as well. And everything is just blending beautifully. Everything has pigment. I have zero complaints so far. Under the eye, I am going to go with, I'm going to go with Sorbet, because Lord knows I can't resist a lime green ever. It's just physically impossible for me to do. So I think I do want to add a touch of teal on top as well. Okay, so I'm just using a bullet brush to apply that one. And with that same little bullet brush, I'm gonna dip into the shade. There's a little bit of a kick up there, a bit of powderiness. I'm going to dip into this shade here called Moss. And I want that on my outside. Lovely. So pretty. Okay. I like to just follow that through a little bit there. Looking good. Okay, now I'm gonna grab a, whatever this is, little densely packed, small, flat brush. And I'm gonna go into the shade Lagoon, I think. We'll see if this works. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Oh, that's nice, yeah. Just wanted to add a bit of teal. Love it. This really is a smashing palette. I'm happy that I picked this up on a whim when I couldn't get the other one. I am. It was very spontaneous. It was 3 a.m. so I didn't put a lot of thought into it. Just really went for it. That's beautiful. Now I'm just taking a small fluffy refa and doing some blendy blendy. I love when I don't have a plan, but it works really well anyway. Which is actually most of the time I don't have a plan, but it doesn't always work well. Oh, I can't wait to get my roots done. Got some little blonde hairs poking through. I say blonde. Pretty sure they're white. This is so pretty. These colors are beautiful. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm absolutely stoked with this palette. All right. And I want to take a little bit of this green here, I think. Oh, do I want gold? No, I think I'm going to take this little green number here called Wanderer. That's me. I would wander the globe consistently if I had the coins, but that's another thing that's annoying, having to choose between going on holiday and having surgery because you can't afford to do both. I lose count. It's either 5 or 6 endo surgeries so far, and it just keeps growing back. Sadly. Doesn't know when it's not wanted. I try and stay positive. Sometimes it's hard when you're exhausted and you're going on your 3rd week straight of migraines and your stomach is so swollen you look like you're about to pop out triplets, and you're supposed to go to a wedding and you're like, what do I wear now? None of my clothes fit me right now. But still here and still battling on, right? You know, I'm grateful to be here. This palette is something else. I'm so freaking happy with this. All right, now it's time to use this stunning shade in the corner here called Opal, which just looks so beautiful as an inner corner shade. I cannot wait to get this on my eye. Here's a little, oh, look at this swatch. It's the first time I swatched it. Isn't it so pretty? Come on. Cosmic Brushes absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. I didn't even wet my finger there, so this is just on a dry finger. Shall we try? I'll wet my finger, see what happens. I mean, if it's this good already. This is so pretty. That's it. I'm officially obsessed with this palette. Obsessed! Instant. I get it. I totally get why this is so hyped. That is where we were at with the eyeshadows. Now I'm going to put some eyeliner on and mascara, and I will be back. Okay, so the eyes are finished, and I used the Gwen Stefani Give Line It Up 24-hour gel pencil eyeliner in bath water in my inner rim. Now, I don't normally line the inner rim with a dark color, but I mean, this eyeliner is so phenomenal. I love it so much. It's stunning. I cannot recommend more highly that eyeliner. Also, on top, I've just got a black liquid liner from MAC, and I have used the Melt Gel Liner Calibri in the inner third there as well. On my cheeks, I've got the Melt Cosmetics Cream Blush Light in Honey Thief. I really do need to do a video swatching all of my Melt Cosmetics cheek products because I've built up quite the collection. So that's on my cheeks, and I have used also the Melt Cosmetics Stargazer Digital Dust Highlighter. Just so beautiful. And on my lips, I'm gonna go a Karen Murrell lipstick in Violet Mousse 05, which is such a great color. Very unique, neutral. It's a little bit warm, obviously, warm leaning. I think I'm happy with that. And that is the finished look. I think it's beautiful. I love it. Okay, and because this palette is so beautiful, I think I'm gonna have to film a second look with it. So I'm gonna just slot that in right here. Please enjoy. Okay, let's get this second look done. So we're gonna start out by taking the shade Sorbet, which is this lime green, and I'm using just a little Tarte brush. Okay, so that's going in. Lots of pigment. It's really nice. Taking a Sigma Firm Precision Blender with nothing on it. And just blending out the edge. Now I'm going to take that same brush I just used. Obviously I'm going to clean it off a little bit. So there's no green residue on there. And taking the shade Pixie. Just tapping that off a little. Putting that on the outside. Again, it's really nice pigment. It's not overwhelming, but it's solid, so it's really nice to work with actually. Plenty of color, but it's blendable. So I'm thinking about changing my hair color. I used to change my hair color every single month. I'd have a different hair color. It was crazy. And all my friends would judge events by, they'd be like, oh yeah, that was when you had red hair, or that was when you had purple hair. And I haven't changed my hair for a bit, so I think I might, because over here, the weather's cooling down. So I'm feeling like doing something like reddy or burgundy with the hair. Okay, and I'm just gonna blend that out again. The same Sigma brush. And I may go back in and add some more, but for now, that's the bones. And I want to take for the middle bit of my lid, a color we didn't use yesterday. So I'm gonna take the color Serenity. How's the Serenity? That will only make sense to Australians. We've got a famous movie here called The Castle, and one of the quotes out of it, it's a comedy. And in the movie, one of the famous quotes is, how's the Serenity? Which is, yeah, you should see The Castle if you can. It's such a great Aussie iconic film. All right, I'm gonna wet my finger and dip into that Serenity shade. That's going in the middle. This is gonna be a very colorful look today. I've decided. It's really pretty blue. Sort of a gold reflect to it. The shimmers in this palette are really beautiful. I can't believe how well priced Cosmic Brushes is. Yeah, these shimmers are gorgeous. I just want to get those edges a bit softer. And I'm gonna go in with this little Refa brush with the purple that we used on the outside. And that a little bit higher as well. Yeah, that's it, I like that. And I'm also gonna take that green that we used at the start, Sorbet, and just bring that up to meet its friends. Was missing out on the party. Now, for underneath the eye, I want to use the peach and the gold, I think. So, taking this little Refa pencil brush and going in with the shade Oasis. Under the eye. Getting very colourful today, we are. I think it's going to work though. This palette's very versatile, I think. You can do quite a lot with it and get quite a few different looks out of it, completely different looks as well. That's that. In case you wondered what I sound like on the radio.
So if you haven't been and checked out the shows yet, make sure you make time for it this week because the weather's going to be so good as well. I can recommend London Calling. That is such a fun little show.
Yeah, I pre-recorded today's shift. Okay, I can't play you any of the break that has music in it because obviously copyright. But there you go, it's what I sound like at my job. Now I want to take this beautiful golden shade called Odyssey. This is such a beautiful gold. It's not too yellow, it's beautiful. I want some of that in there. I did wet my brush, but to be honest, I'm probably going to go in with my finger because everyone knows that's my preferred shimmer application method. I just like the impact better with a finger. Look at that. See? Unbelievable. Beautiful gold. So pretty. Okay. For the inner corner, I am using the opal shade again, same one I used in the other one, because this is kind of the only inner corner highlight shade in the palette, which is fine. You can always pull something out of something else if I want to, but this will go perfect with this look anyway. It's such a beautiful shade. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have to get my hands on the Muse palette. I have to. Has to happen. Because I've got Royal Rose and I've got Serenity and I love them both. I love that color. It's so beautiful. Let's get some eyeliner on. What's it going to be today? I've got all these Adept Cosmetics eyeliners in front of me. I could take one of them. Oh, but I did get a new gel liner from Melt in Steel and I absolutely have been hanging to use this. So that's what we're going to do. I'm also going to use a black eyeliner though, just to anchor all the color together. I might use I haven't really tried this. I'll take the black Adept Cosmetics eyeliner from the Collective. The black shade's called Terek Noor. Let's see how we go, because it's a different, oh God, applicator than I'm used to with my other liquid eyeliners. Like I normally have the felt tip pen style. Already that's a lot bigger than I planned it to be, but it is what it is. Bit of a mess, so I'm just going to take an angle brush and see what I can do. Yeah, I don't think I will be using this. I definitely prefer a felt tip applicator for a black eyeliner. Yeah, I just find these so much more difficult to work with. Not too stressed about the inside because I'm going to go, oh God, that's disaster. Okay, I'm going to leave that mess to dry for a sec. And on the other eye, I am not going to use that. I'm going to take my MAC Dare Black Jewel Dare All Day Waterproof Liner. This has got a pencil one end and a liquid the other end. See how that's a nice solid felt tip. So much easier to control. I really enjoy those Adept liquid liners in all the like fun multi-chrome colors, but as far as black goes, I won't be using that. I have so much more control with this one. So much better. And I don't have to wait for it to dry. It's instantly dry. Now, the good thing is I'm going to cover up as best I can this little smudgy bit here with the Melt Gel Liner. So thank God, I was planning on doing that. I am going to take the Sigma angled brush. I really like this brush. Dipping into this beautiful, let me just swatch this on my hand so you can see how stunning it is. Beautiful gel liner. Beautiful. I've been wanting this for ages, so I'm so excited to have it. I'm a big fan of the Melt gel liners, which is why I have so many of them. Because I've amassed quite the collection. So I'm just taking that sort of 3/4 of the way across. These gel liners are so creamy. They go on so beautifully. Lovely jubbly. I've been so enjoying putting colour in my inner rim lately. I couldn't for a long time. Well, I could, I just used a plain one, but now I found I can wear Colourpop gel liners without them making my eyes cry. Well, at least I can wear the plain ones. The metallic ones, not so good. But the plain ones, great. Also, I'm good with the MAC Colour Excess gel liner pencils. These are really good pencils too. I could go for the purple actually. All right, let's go with the purple just to tie the top in with the bottom. I get to see the inside of my eyeball. What a bonus. Lovely. All right, I'll get some mascara on and cheeks and lips and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have got, oh God, I've got a leaky eyeshadow because I did not sleep enough last night. Right, so I have got my mascara on, which is the same combo as always, my Tarte Opening Out Lash Primer and Hourglass Unlocked Mascara. And on my cheeks, I'm using the Milk Lip and Cheek in Perk, which is this really fun, bright orangey color. I really like these actually, because the color's super bright, but the consistency is so nice. You can just have a little light wash or you can build it as much as you want. It looks so fresh and dewy, but not oily. So yeah, I really like those. On my lips, I'm wearing the Natio Smoothie Lip Color Crayon in Petal. And I do want to try a new highlighter because I did a major Flower Beauty haul. So I will be showing you that soon as well. I don't think I have yet. No, that's coming. But one of the things I picked up was the Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlighter, which is, I guess, you know, the same kind of deal as the Tarte and the Charlotte Tilbury. Everyone's got one now. But this one just happens to be 15 bucks. So I thought, let's try it out. I haven't worn it yet. Oh, that's really nice. Now, I don't own the Charlotte Tilbury one, so I cannot compare them, but all I can do is talk about this on its own merits. And that looks really nice. Very pretty. Zero complaints. Wow. That's impressive. Might have to try their blush ones as well. I love Flower Beauty. So far, I've tried many, many things from the line. Literally just in the last couple of weeks. Oh, my leaky eye. And so far, I've loved everything except one thing. And I think I just got a shonky old formula in one of the lip things because the other one I have that's the same is beautiful. So the quality is so good. All right, and that is the finished look. Let's have a little peek up close. And I shall zoom you out. Okay, that is the finished look. Now let's get some swatches up. Okay, now that you have seen those swatches, I want to just have a quick look at the Cosmic Brushes Royal Rose palette and just see if there's any crossover colors in here. And the answer is no. There definitely aren't. They are all very, very different. There is not a single dupe in this palette. So totally happy to have both of those in my collection. None of the colors are even similar. So I'm not even gonna do comparison swatches because there's just no comparison. I am so impressed with this palette, and 100% I do believe that it is worth the hype. The price is so good. I think, let me double check. I think it's $33. In British pound, it's worth £20. So it cost me about $33 Australian, and that is ridiculous. That is such a bargain for a palette that has such beautiful colors in it. The mattes blend out really, really well. The pastels have a decent pigment to them, and this shade is so special, this opal shade. Also, these are beautiful shimmers. They're beautiful shimmers. I love it. I have absolutely zero complaints about this, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that Muse palette. Hopefully the relaunch won't be in the middle of the night Australian time and I will be able to get my hands on it. I was so frustrated that I literally had it in my basket and then it was just snatched out of my basket. Imagine if that happened in a shopping center. It'd be ropeable. Anyways, I'm really happy to support the brand Cosmic Brushes because she's putting out amazing work. So yeah, really happy with this palette and highly recommend it. If you did pick up the Muse palette, I'd love to know your thoughts on that as well. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to subscribe before you bugger off. And I would love to have you back here at the Dally Diaries very soon. Take care. I'll be back before you know it. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and take care of yourself. Bye.